Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hockey Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at podcast_hockey, Facebook.com, The Hockey Podcast, YouTube.com, The Hockey Podcast, where you can subscribe, like, and share our videos from there, as well as you can subscribe to the audio wherever you get your audio. And of course, we are in preparation for our live podcast on Monday, January 17th, where we switch from the name, The Hockey Podcast, to our new name, which we will reveal along with our vision on Monday, January 17th, 6:30 Pacific, 7:30 Mountain, live. We will unveil all of the new ideas that we have been working on. We look forward to doing that with you. Of course, you also have the opportunity to win tickets to the scheduled game in April, not August. I almost said August, but it's actually April between the Vancouver Canucks and Calgary Flames. It's in concert with the Pig and Duke in Calgary at the game at the Scotiabank Saddledome. Got an opportunity to go to the game with Sean, Chris, and Devin, along as getting tickets to the game, food at the Pig and Duke, and a limo ride to the game, and hang out with Sean, Chris, and Devin. Check out Monday's podcast for our word of the week, and message that to podcast_hockey to be as well entered into the draw, as well as retweeting our podcast. So let's get into the news of the day. There is quite a bit. I do apologize that this is a late one, but I got my booster shot today. I encourage you as well to get your booster shot. And if you have the time and have the opportunity to do that, I know many of you have. So encourage that as well. And we'll start with Evander Kane. Of course, he's the center of controversy right now, as is Connor McDavid for his comments today about Connor McDavid or Evander Kane. But we'll not touch on that specifically here, but we'll touch about the latest with what is going on in terms of whether teams are assigning Evander Kane. And of course, the reason that Connor McDavid's in the center of that is because the Edmonton Oilers are reportedly in the running to sign Evander Kane. However, this may have taken another turn. This is from Elliot Friedman. Earlier today, hearing NHL has notified teams it is investigating the process of Evander Kane crossing the border from the U.S. into Canada on December 29th. Kane tested positive for COVID on December 21st and flew to Vancouver on the 29th. In termination notice from San Jose, it was alleged he did not have proper medical service, and the NHL is not now doing a full investigation. This will likely prevent a Kane signing in the short term as teams await the results. So this is another one of the issues that Evander Kane has placed forward here, amongst a number of other ones. So I know that there are apparently teams that are closing in. The Oilers are reportedly in that. But again, this will maybe another delay in that process, whatever happens there or not. So we will have to see about that. Moving on to some other news, we'll just touch on Tuukka. We'll get into Tuukka Rask here. He is expected to make his season debut this week against the Philadelphia Flyers. He signed with the Bruins yesterday for 1 year, $1 million, and he is expected to make his debut against the Flyers tomorrow night. Bruce Cassidy says his intention is to start Tuukka Rask. So he had signed an AHL tryout with the Providence Bruins that was supposed to play a couple of games, but those were postponed due to COVID issues. So, but he is expected to make his debut Thursday. I think tomorrow night against the Philadelphia Flyers. Kapil Kaprizov is also going to be likely to be back with the Wild on Friday. He is recovering from an injury he sustained from a hit on January 6th from Trent Frederick. But he is expected to make his debut against the Anaheim Ducks on Friday. So Kaprizov has just missed one game. So they are expecting him back for the Wild there as well. And of course, other injuries. Buffalo Sabres have a couple long-term injuries, as they've recalled Aaron Dell, and as they are without Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen and Malcolm Subban. They'll be out long-term. Both of those goalies was injured in the loss for the Lightning last night, 6-1. Luukkonen is week to week. Subban is month to month with an upper body injury. Luukkonen a lower body injury. So the Sabres recalled Aaron Dell, and they signed Michael Hauser to a 1 year, $750,000 contract. Touching on some other news here as we continue on. I wanted to touch on Byram. He has stepped away from the team. He missed last night's game against the Nashville Predators. It was tweeted out it was for personal reasons. He revealed a little bit more about this. According to his father, he quote Bowen, but he said, quote, Bowen said, "I can't do it. I can't play and feel like this." And Byram told the team on Tuesday he needed to take time off. He has suffered 3 concussions, according to reports, since making his debut a year ago, and he wants to get to the bottom of this. So no word on when he will return. One of those concussions is a reported game last year against the Vegas Golden Knights that has been seen on Twitter. So he's going to try to deal with his concussion issues. So I applaud Byram for making that step and encourage that, and I hope he feels better, very soon in terms of that. So we will see on that end as well. In terms of the mid-season rankings of for the NHL draft, that is out today. The WHL have 53 players named to the NHL Center Scouting midterm rankings. However, in terms of the top players, Shane Wright of the Kingston Frontenacs continues to be the number 1 ranked player. He, of course, rather unfortunate, he was part of the World Junior Championship that was postponed / canceled. Didn't get an opportunity to see him in that. But he has been long considered the number 1 pick for the 2022 draft. Shane Wright is number 1. We'll go through the top 10 here. Logan Cooley from the U.S. national team is number 2. Matt Savoy from the Winnipeg Ice, 3. Connor Geekie from the Winnipeg Ice, 4. Pavel Minchkov from Russia. It plays with Sagan on the OHL, is ranked 5. Cutter Gauthier from the U.S. U18 team national development program is 6. Jack Hughes from Northeastern is 7. Jimmy Snuggerud from the U.S. national team is 8. Denton Matichuk, he from the Moose Jaw Warriors. He also played on the U18 team. He is ranked 9th, and Tristan Luneau from Gatineau is ranked number 10th. As mentioned, 53 players from the WHL are on that list. So, by the way, CHL action on TSN on Friday, as it will be on a game between the Prince George Cougars and the Vancouver Giants on Friday. So have a watch for that. We also some other names in there. Tyler Brennan is in that list. We've got Seattle Thunderbirds blue liner Kevin Krasinski with current Broncos defenseman Owen Pickering. Mats Lindgren is also in there from the Kamloops Blazers as well. And Braden Holt, goaltender, Spokane Chiefs, goaltender Mason Beaupit also in there in terms of the top 10 goaltenders as well. And the other, back to the WHL, they've announced the return of team activities for 8 clubs, changed some games as well. So the 8 clubs that are back in action: the Edmonton Oil Kings, Everett Silvertips, Medicine Hat Tigers, Prince Albert Raiders, Red Deer Rebels, Saskatoon Blades, Spokane Chiefs, and Winnipeg Ice have all been cleared to resume. And they've joined the Lethbridge Hurricanes, Moose Jaw Warriors, Portland Winterhawks, Regina Pats, Swift Current Broncos, and Tri-City Americans that have returned. So they have also announced the rescheduling of some games. Saturday, January 15th, the Winnipeg Ice will play the Moose Jaw Warriors. That game was scheduled to go on Wednesday, March 30th. That has been moved on to the 15th. Kamloops and Portland, that was originally scheduled for the 12th. That will be on Sunday, January 16th. Moose Jaw Regina, that was originally scheduled for January 30th. That has been moved up to the 16th. Prince Albert at Red Deer, that was scheduled for tonight, Wednesday, January 12th. That's been moved to Monday. Winnipeg at Swift Current, that game that was postponed on Tuesday, December 30th, Calgary Regina, that game was postponed on the 11th. That will be on Tuesday, January 18th. And then on Wednesday, January 19th, Calgary at Moose Jaw, that game was scheduled for tonight, January 12th. And Victoria at Prince George, that was originally scheduled for Friday, January 7th. And then Swift Current at Lethbridge, that was scheduled on Sunday, January 2nd. That will be moved to February 2nd. And then Monday, February 7th, we won't go on, but there's other games. So, there's also been 4 games postponed due to capacity restrictions in the province of Manitoba. That's Saturday, January 15th, Regina at Winnipeg. Sunday, January 16th, Regina at Winnipeg. Friday, January 21st, Regina at Brandon. Saturday, January 22nd, Regina at Brandon. Those posts will be rescheduled at a later date. So that is the news for today. Again, you can follow us on Twitter, podcast_hockey, facebook.com, the hockey podcast, youtube.com, the hockey podcast. Check out our podcast clip where we discuss why a team should not sign Evander Kane. It's part of our Mondays podcast. Check out our Mondays podcast as well. You can follow Sean, Beardy Canuck 03, Chris Schneid's, SCHNEIDZ, Tyler TNOBLE, Devin Gord Howe 09, I am KEVOLE. Facebook, as I mentioned, facebook.com, the hockey podcast, youtube.com, the hockey podcast, and subscribe to wherever you get your audio. And remember, Monday, January 17th, we reveal our new name and our new vision for the podcast. We thank everyone for listening, and we will talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.